For third year first semester students, as per PCA, I am going to explain the pharmacology topic, that is bioassays. Bioassays, we know we are doing assay of paracetamol and aspirin by using chemical methods or by UV spectrum or any other things. If you involve for assay of any substance by using living substances, living animals or tissues or microorganisms. So, if the living organisms are used for assay of estimation of concentration of any substance, then it is called bioassays. So, the definition is estimation of potency of active principle present in unit quantity of preparation or detection and measurement of the concentration of substance in a preparation using biological methods. So here we will use either living tissue or microorganism or immune cells or radioimmunoassay also comes under the bioassays. So what is the importance? Here active principle of drug is unknown or cannot be isolated, so it is useful. Example, in case of insulin and posterior pituitary extract, we cannot we cannot identify particular active principle, but it is showing its action. And next importance is here chemical methods is either not available, or if available it is too complex and insensitive or require higher doses. For example, insulin and acetylcholine assays. So in this we will apply bioassays. And chemical composition is not known, but pharmacologically it is active. In this case, example, long acting thyroid stimulants, and chemical composition of the drugs different but having same pharmacological action, vice versa. In this case also it is applicable, that is cardiac glycosides and catecholamines. So generally it is applicable for commercial production of drugs and research, and as well as diagnosis of various conditions like conditions, that is example of gonadotropin for pregnancy identification. This is also applicable for some identification kits. And then coming to the principle, so here the major principle is comparing the test substance with the international standard preparation of same, and to find out how much of test substance is required to produce the same biological effect as produced by the standard. Here the same means the test substance and standard should be same origin or same method of preparation. So here standard substance will be provided by the WHO as well as the Central Drug Research Institute Lucknow, Central Drug Laboratory Calcutta. They will provide standard solutions as samples. So here types of bioassays, there are two varieties are there, direct and indirect bioassay. In direct bioassay, we will directly measure the pharmacological activity. For example, contraction of tissue. So in indirect bioassay, due to secondary pharmacological effect, we are going to measure the effect. That means we will measure the secondary pharmacological effect. So in indirect bioassay, so example is bioassay of ergot alkaloids. In this we will use white leghorn cockcomb color change due to the concentration of ergot alkaloid. So here white leghorn will be color will be changed due to the ergot alkaloid. So the color change is the indirect pharmacological effect. That's why it comes under the indirect type of bioassay. Coming to the methods, two methods are there, graded and quantal bioassays. In graded bioassay, so here different amount or different quantity of the tests are as well as standard will be used for the estimation of unknown concentration. That's why it is called graded. Here single animal or tissue will be used. In quantal or endpoint method, threshold dose will be used to produce effect. So here two or more groups of animals will be used. One will receive standard and another will be received test. So whether they are producing positive or negative effect, we will be calculating. So example bioassay of digitalis in cats. Here digital, the amount of digital produces cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is the end point. So that's why it is comes under the endpoint bioassay. So here the concentration of unknown will be calculated by using this formula. And coming to the graded, so here different varieties are there, that is matching bioassay, bracketing bioassay, 3-point bioassay and 4-point bioassay. Before going to know about these bioassays, first of all you have to understand the DRC of the bioassays. What do you mean by DRC? Dose response curves. So while taking these responses by using Sherrington chemograph, we will take the responses in the graded manner. Usually we will take logarithmic fashion, logarithmic doses. So this is small dose and next dose and next dose. Likewise we will increase the doses in a logarithmic pattern. So we will take DRC of standard as well as DRC of the test. Based on that we will design our experiment. So why we are taking the logarithmic pattern? So we will see in next slide. So based on the previous graph, actually that is called as a tracing. Based on that tracing, we will draw a graph. So in the graph, on x-axis we will take the log dose, on y-axis percentage height of the response we will take on y-axis. That is maximum height in the previous tracing we will measure we will take as a 100%. So based on that we will draw a graph. So usually it will appear as a elongated S shape. So that means, so from 20% to 80% response, it is having a linear response. So the test dose must lie within this range. Within this range, that is 20 to 80% of the standard response, that should be lie within this range. So that's why we will take logarithmic doses rather than normal doses. Thank you.